You are, Sports Gematria, you are a sick individual. Imagine that you died, Sports Gematria. Would that be a net positive or negative for the world? All your purpose is to lie and sabotage me. And the problem is, as deceptive as he is winning a lot of support from people who used to be great members of this community. With all you can do is get up and harass that person every day, I think you should kill yourself. In fact, not only do I think that, I think it would be right if somebody found out where you were, doxed you, and killed your ass. I think that would be more than deserved. Now, I'm going to call Derek out again. Derek's putting out a video about me being a snake oil salesman. How? How am I a snake oil salesman? But Derek's another guy that gets caught up in his emotions. He's the one talking bad about me. And then when I finally address him that he needs to humble up and recognize that his decodes aren't that good, and the only things that are meaningful in his videos is where he's regurgitating my information, I'm sorry, those are just facts. Look in the mirror. Here, let me look right at the camera. Look in the mirror, trolls, and think about suicide, because I really think you should. And all you guys in the comments who are just so worried about how much comes in on Patreon, why are you pocket watching? Here's how much money's coming in. Not enough. And look at you. You can't say thank you. You want to know why? It's because you're a fucking loser. And I will speak that way because that's the way I speak about fucking ungrateful losers. By shutting the fuck up and listening to what I'm actually saying instead of spewing nonstop bullshit in the chat. You're the one that's lying. And you know who else I'm going to call out real quick? I'm going to call out Chigozie Truth. I'm disappointed in Chigozie. I've seen all the bullshit he's writing. I was reading his comments in the chat and I thought, unbelievable. Even Chigozie's going to the wrong side. Chigozie, what are you doing? Why are you in Derek's channel crying for him? Crying about how I called him out for being maybe gay. You know why I think maybe he's gay? Because I set him up with a beautiful woman. Based on what she told me, I thought, well, maybe he's actually gay.
Welcome back, Truth Seeker.
Prepared some questions dating back to the beginning of the first time you discovered Gematria. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Well, the chat's coming in. We're getting a lot of hate still? Oh my gosh.
Again, the people who are making these videos are, and look at them, they're all like professionally edited. They're people that just came out of the woodwork. They use names like Gematria this or Truth this. I mean, honestly, these people are probably working for the CIA.
Oh, here we go.
That there's nobody else on YouTube that has more haters and more trolls and any. I mean, I'm the only person who has a Patreon page in the world that has a pack of trolls on it 24/7, 365. And again, you just have people that are just looking for ways to constantly undermine and discredit. Good resources do come in for what I do. I do think a lot more should come in. I got a lot of people pocket watching and making up how much money I'm making, which is nowhere near. But again, I have put $100,000 back into the community over the last 4 years for all of the hosting and website building costs and the app.
But moving forward, 2016, I heard there was going to be a DC trip.
So the DC trip was supposed to happen September of 2020. Again, I don't want to make a whole bunch of excuses about this, but when I was going to leave, Sweet Lady had like a nervous breakdown. And she pretty much said, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't want to be home alone. Again, I had to choose between my relationship with her and going to DC. And I chose to comfort her and stay home. But that's the only event I missed.
No, it wasn't.
And I do feel bad about that. If I have 2 strikes against me, I would say it was all for truth, which was me trusting people that I shouldn't have trusted and not showing up for DC.
Anarchadelphia 2019. What happened there? Because you were invited as a guest speaker, and Derek of Gematria ended up taking your place. What happened?
Yeah, so what happened there is one of the other invited speakers was Derek Bros, and Derek Bros was on his channel at the same time attacking my work and saying it was stupid. And, I said to the Anarchadelphia guys, I said, why don't you guys get Derek Bros off the stage since he doesn't really know anything about anything, and give me his time slot too, because I have a lot to talk about. And they ultimately decided they'd rather have Derek Bros there, who, again, has a meaningless message that's for clueless, ignorant people. Again, he thought he was going to win mayor in Houston, Texas, which shows you just how clueless he is. But also, I called out Mark Passio at the time as well, because he was avoiding me, and he was also a big speaker there. But yeah, they disinvited me for the thing for calling out 2 of their speakers, who I think I rightfully called out for the things they were doing at that time.
Okay, that's the next question. Is 2022, this year, what are some current scandals? Who do you think is upset with you and why?
Again, everyone who's upset with me, and again, I'll be real clear about this. Everyone who's upset with me is either a very petty person, or has a big ego, or is jealous, or is a deceiver themselves. Nobody has a real reason to be upset with me.
You serious?
Again, everything gets spun. It's just like you played that video yesterday, and the guy is saying that somebody committed suicide because of my sports picks.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, and that person, and you go read your comments. That person even responded to my comment, even pretty much admitting that they're a liar.
Stop lying. Every year you're just a liar. That's all you do. You just lie about everything. There's no truth that comes out of your mouth.
But yeah, just for that guy who is a total creep to be making a video saying that somebody committed suicide because they lost a whole bunch of money on my sports picks, it's just blatantly false.
Here comes the best part.
And understand, the guy who's continuing to make that false assertion, he also has an alt account called Mark Hamilton. That same creep Sports Gematria has an alt account called Mark Hamilton, where he gets on and hounds and trolls like he's the ghost of Mark Hamilton. And Zach killed me with his bad sports picks.
Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
I mean, as soon as Super Bowl 56 was over, he uploaded a video saying the first year victim of the year of the Tigers, Zach Hubbard. It's like, okay, we just hit on a 9-1 prop bet, and he watched the stream where I closed out by saying it'd be smart to take the Bengals with the points, who covered the spread, which was the most lucrative side. So he just goes back to the clip of the 8 hours of live streams he did, where I did prefer the Bengals to win, but I said it would be smarter to take them with the points. All he shows is me saying, oh, I prefer the Bengals with the points. I mean, that's just so disingenuous. He's going to continue to put out Zach's a scammer. And the problem is, as deceptive as he is winning a lot of support from people who used to be great members of this community, which is really disheartening to me. It's like, oh, okay, so for this guy being evil and misleading, he's winning over people's support. And that goes to show you the power of video editing skills. He's very good at making videos.
Thank you.
And for people who don't know, he used to be a troll in my original blog comments.
Bullshit.
Sports Gematria likes to be complimented, so if he's out there, good work, Sports Gematria. He had the eyes to see on that one.
And he's lying. He's saying he donated $100. The guy's never donated $1.
You are one dumb son of a bitch.
Controlling me since probably 2015 when I had the blog freetofindtruth.blogspot.com. Sports Gematria would be in the comments trolling every day, and we
Fairy tales.
used to just kill sports back then. I had a very high percentage. He'd be there trolling. He'd only comment when I got a game wrong. I mean, and he'd be putting out his predictions, which were always wrong.
Bullshit.
I mean, the guy's a total loser and creep, and it's sad to see that so many people are being fooled by this guy. But yeah, I mean, for that guy to take the narrative that he died on my sports picks, it's sick. It's sick. And what kind of guy uses his name and leaves creepy posts? I mean, the guy's a creep show.
Lying cocksucker.
And notice, nobody knows who his face is. Nobody knows who his name is. I've given him about 50 opportunities to call in and explain himself. Never takes the opportunity, but screen records the video. You know, I mean, coward.
Can you explain that drama with the illusion?
Well, again, a lot of people manufacture the drama with me. So, you know, just even though he's not my favorite student, he's still a student. And when people are coming to attack him in the work, I want to jump in the room and come to his defense, even if he's not my favorite person. So I did do that last week, but then I also said something without saying his name that I knew he would hear to remind him, you're not the best and you need to humble up.
Ironic.
Again, a lot of people would not say that betting on or investing in stocks, we use that word, but it's really a gamble too. They wouldn't say that's, and we've helped people make money in the market. We've helped people make money on crypto.
You believe this fucking guy?
Enormous cities.
You know, we used to always throw around the F word, the F-A-G word, because you didn't want to be one of those in the 90s. Now you look, I mean, it's like the coolest thing to be. And you got all these guys soft in their emotions who are so easily hurt. You know, I'm going to call Derek out again. Derek's putting out a video about me being a snake oil salesman. How? How am I a snake oil salesman with doing the wackest decode in the world? Derek should remember that he went on Crowdsource the Truth. And I mean, if you watch Derek's decode on Crowdsource the Truth, it was terrible. I mean, I'm just going to call Derek will always be great for making the calculator, but he's never been a good decoder. But Derek's another guy that gets caught up in his emotions. He's the one talking bad about me.
You fucking believe this shit?
And then when I finally address him that he needs to humble up and recognize that his decodes aren't that good, and the only ththings that are meaningful in his videos is where he's regurgitating my information, I'm sorry, those are just facts.
Ego!
He gets hurt. But why are you getting hurt? You shouldn't have been talking bad about me in the first place. Now look at you. You're all caught up. You're all hurt because I said something back. That reminds me of why we used to call guys the F word in the 90s when they started acting like, I don't want to offend anybody, but
Gematria.
And, you know, people are really harping on me because I've said that my trolls and critics should commit suicide. I don't, sorry, Ali, I heard your story too. And again, suicide is a serious topic, but I am talking about the people who live on my Patreon page 24/7, 365, harass the whole community. There's all sorts of things that aren't right about me. I've always identified this, but when I'm talking about my critics to commit suicide, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm saying, seriously, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Here, let me look right at the camera. Look in the mirror, trolls, and think about suicide, because I really think you should.
And I know that my whole life I've been a good Samaritan. I've always looked out for other people before I looked out for myself. A lot of people know that about me.
If you have nothing else to do in your life besides troll and harass me and you live on my Patreon page, you are a joke. And all you guys in the comments who are just so worried about how much comes in on Patreon, why are you pocket watching? Why aren't you over on Stephen A. Smith's channel talking about how he makes $16 million a year lying to everybody about rigged sports? Why aren't you on Jake Tapper's YouTube page talking about how he makes $15 million a year to deceive people every day? These people don't have haters like I do, and I make a teeny tiny fraction of what they do. You guys can keep exaggerating how much money I make. I make nowhere near what you guys are writing in the chat. I make nowhere near that.
Prove it.
I did say I was going to hire somebody about, 3 years ago now, and that was going to happen, but then they didn't want to come to Washington State, which I needed them to do, and it created a feud because when I made that announcement, a bunch of them reached out to me who thought they should be the hire. One of the best helpers in the community left, and he has not come back because I told him it wasn't him, and he left, and he hasn't come back. So I said, I mean, that's what annoying. The trolls just get on here and like that. The sports Gematria who keeps bringing that up. He watches everything. He knows that I addressed this 3 years ago. I said, I'm not going to hire somebody until I have enough money to hire at least 3-4 people at the same time.
We don't lie over here. We don't have any reason to lie. There's nothing to lie about.
I'll tell you what, though, if this per month thing gets up to something like $10,000 a month, I'll hire a couple people. You know, then I can afford to have some employees. I'll hire Jonathan, you know. There's other people, too, out there who I'd be happy to employ. So if this number keeps going up, I don't need to make this much money a month. I'll use it to share the wealth and take this research even further. If this number keeps going up, I don't need to make this much money a month. I'll use it to share the wealth and take this research even further.
Lying cocksucker.
Because their jealousy thing happens, and then a feud thing happens, and then people are quitting because they think they should be the hire. It hurt the community when the person left who felt like they should be hired.
No excuses. I repeat, no excuses.
And then, you know, Jonathan also thought he should be hired. I'd love to hire Jonathan, Rambo, the person who left, other people out there, someone like you, Allison, Derek. I'd love to. I don't have enough money to hire everybody and pay everybody a decent salary.
Excuses.
You know, so again, not enough resources come in. I'm not a greedy person. I don't say, here, to get my sports picks, you got to pay $500 a month, even though they're worth that. You know, they're worth that.
Good.
I feel like there should be $1 million in revenue coming in a month with 1 million people behind me, and we should be out hosting big concerts every month, a big truth rally concert, music, speakers on the stage. We should have a Gematria and a Foot Neck
I was going to excuse me.
Gematria Effect News Bureau in the Northeast, the Northwest, the Southwest, the Southeast. We should cover all 4 corners, the center of the country. We should have resources like that. What we're doing is awesome. It's awesome. For all the haters who can't agree with that, I don't know what your problem is. What more do I need to do? You see, I can't persuade my haters. They're on here hating some more. You guys are worried about however. Back when I showed the money on Patreon, what I realized was the problem was then I had all these people making videos. Zach's a Antichrist Jesus hater. Shut his Patreon down. Everybody go unsubscribe. Every person in the name of Christ unsubscribe. Let's get him down to no support. How many videos were getting made like that when I showed the money amount? It's like, oh my God, who are these people? I don't even know you. There was like one guy who I swore to God he was from Israel. He had some accent. He looked like he was from over there. Every day, like, upload a new video about how much money was on my Patreon. He'd be getting mad. He'd be like, look, it's up, you guys. I told it needs to go down. I was like, okay. Sweet lady was in my ear. She's like, shut it down. You got all these people in the world that are so worried about how much money you got coming in. are so many people in this world that are trying to sabotage me every day. I don't want to give people more and more of a reason to attack me. Here's how much money's coming in. Not enough. Not enough to do what needs to be accomplished. Why are you guys attacking me every day? Huh? Who are you guys? I almost guarantee the guy who made the video saying, "Welcome back, truth seeker equals CIA." I'd almost guarantee he works in an intelligence office, probably in Langley, with his video editing skills.
Sex repellents people lather themselves with. And then you can protect your head from the sun so you don't get...
See how fast I did that? Folks, I'm an expert. Every day when I leave work, I do this.
It's amazing how nobody in this community outside of you, Ali, who has any video editing skills has ever helped us out. It's amazing how many videos have been made attacking me by people who have very good video editing skills. Almost like they were hired to do what they did because they're good at what they do. Again, people are mesmerized by a well-made video. It captivates their mind. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a video maker. Again, you guys act like $1 million is coming in a month, which it isn't. Every day I get trolled. So if you wonder why I come online and rant and say the things I do, and why my critics should commit suicide in the trolls, it comes from a place of fed up. And again, if all your life, like there are people who are watching right now who've spent the last 7 years trolling me. That's your life? You get up and troll me every day? What kind of existence is that? That's your existence? My existence is getting up and saying there's some evil shit going on in the world. I'm going to stand up and try and fight it. And then here's you. Here's you. I'm going to get up and troll Zach today.
You have something white on your lips.
I'm going to get up and troll Zach today. I'm going to invert the truth some more. I'm going to slander this guy some more. I'm going to make a video about it. I got video editing skills. Sports Gematria. Put your face on the screen. Say who your name is. Tell your story and why you hate me so much. If you did that, I'd actually have some respect for you. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, at least put his face and name out there and explain why he trolls me and slanders me every day. There's a little bit of credibility for you. You're not going to see that from that guy. And all of you guys who have been taken by him, you better look in the mirror and find out what kind of person you are. Gullible, easily deceived, siding with evil.
Okay, I have two lingering questions. Someone said why you don't pick bets, or why don't you bet on your own picks? There we go.
Well, I have historically, but
Bullshit.
I live in a state where sports gambling is illegal. They all know this. I've had auditors out to my house. Don't want to give. I don't want to give. Again, you guys. It's just annoying. This is what I mean with the talking points. Washington State sports gambling is illegal. You go to the Indian casinos where it's legal, they don't even allow you to bet on that much stuff. It's like, I don't want to bet on those options. That's not what I want to do. So the day it becomes legal in Washington State, trust me, I'll be doing a lot more sports gambling.
Sure, Jan.
So it kind of surprised me that now...
Hold on, we'll come back to Derek. Just since Sports Gematria's in the chat, I just looked at the chat.
Okay, yeah.
Again, this guy's just a troll. You know why I said, you were screen record everything, loser. I deleted the thing because it was just choppy, cut out. The whole thing was so annoying. Why didn't you address that? That Zach was being attacked and sabotaged and destroyed by hackers in real time, which was clear as day. Why is that the only stream that happened to? Why did the computer start running like shit until I had Geek Squad come out here and fix the computer? Again, you know why. That's why you're just a clown. You're just a troll. Instead of and look at you yesterday. You are Sports Gematria. You are a sick individual. You know that you're lying by saying that somebody committed suicide off my sports picks when you know the truth of the situation. You know how sick that is to do? Do you know how demented it is to have an alt account with his name and act like you're the ghost to him and write the creepy shit you do?
Some people are just full of shit at the end of the day.
You are a sick, deranged individual. And again, I imagine that you died, Sports Gematria. Would that be a net positive or negative for the world? All your purpose is to lie and sabotage me. Who am I?
An asshole.
Am I a net positive for the world? Anybody with a brain knows that yes, I am. I am fighting against evil and exposing things that have never been exposed. I'm helping people with you're maliciously lying about me and saying that I'm a scammer who causes people to lose money.
If the shoe fits.
Meanwhile, thousands of people are behind me who've been winning for a long time, who are in a way better financial place. You never cover that. All you cover is your lying, manipulative narrative. And again, instead of addressing what I just said, your comment should have been back, okay, I will prove that I'm a man and not a coward, and I will put my face and name in the next live stream.
Gay.
You know why that's not your response? Because you're a loser. And that's why yesterday, when I asked you why you're purposely lying about what happened between Mark Hamilton and I, your response was, okay then, prove to me you don't make $30,000 a month on Patreon. So that you just revealed what your whole motivation is. Your whole motivation to lie and slander me is because you want to see how much I make financially for God knows what reason.
I'll tell you what, though, if this per month thing gets up to something like $10,000 a month, I'll hire a couple people. You know, then I can afford to have some employees. I'll hire Jonathan. If this number keeps going up, I don't need to make this much money a month. I'll use it to share the wealth and take this research even further.
If this money goes up to $30,000, I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen overnight. We're going to have the building. We're going to have people hired. It's going to make a huge difference. This isn't enough right now to rent a space, hire people, but it's a chunk of the way there. We just need 20,000 more people in the community to step up and pledge $1, or 4,000 people to pledge $5 a month. 30,000's the mark to hire a team of people, have them on a salary, have health care, have a building, and have the resources to do things like travel when an important story happens. We can do a lot with 30,000 a month. It's the goal I'm setting. The more the merrier, but as much as I've been begging for that $1 a month pledge, and it hasn't happened, I don't want to ask for too much, but I am saying we hit 30,000, things will happen. Things will happen, and they'll happen fast, and you'll see it. I'm transparent.
You're pocket watching and you're slandering me.
Bullshit.
You want to stop what's happening because you don't like what I'm doing.
You're not doing anything.
Anyone who has a brain can see that your motivation is to help out the people I'm exposing, which are the lying psychopaths that control the media, the rigged sports leagues, the politics, the rest of it. You're on their side. It's sad how many people in this community are now taking your side. And again, it's only a small minority, but it is sad that anyone's fallen for your gimmicks.
Anyway, about Derek, what can we do to bury the hatchet with this feud?
Well, I thought we did by meeting up, and I don't know. I don't know what to say about Derek. I mean, it's annoying. He's been attacking me since the beginning for no reason, and his latest attack is just completely ridiculous. He said I slandered him. Again, I haven't slandered him. Other thing is, it's just like Switzerland in the chat. Switzerland, maybe you just missed when I addressed. So, like, I'm just going to read Switzerland's comment. But here, read your comment right now. Straight up lies all day, deletes the hater hotline after asked a question that shows his true colors. I addressed why I deleted the show. It was hacked. It was choppy. It was irritating. And like I said, nothing positive came out of it.
Excuses.
Again, I mean, what was the point of leaving it up? I asked for people to call in who became turncoats. Not a single one called in, but yet they all watched it. That also shows me how pathetic these people have come. They all watched it because I see them over in the Trolls channel talking about it, and I think, God, they were watching and they didn't call in. So, again, all the people who were on board helping the movement, you guys have now joined the side of evil. You've gone from the right side to the dark side, and you're following all these losers like Switzerland. Switzerland, I did just address the hater hotline. You didn't hear it because you're too busy writing all this bullshit in the chat, and you think because you didn't hear it means I didn't address it. That shows you there's something wrong with your brain up here, okay? Try shutting the fuck up and listening to what I'm actually saying instead of spewing nonstop bullshit in the chat. You're the one that's lying. Again, all I ever did was promote you and said you did good work, and even in the hater hotline I brought you up and said even though they are a hater, they still do good work, and I still put out your blog name again. And look at you. You can't say thank you. You want to know why? It's because you're a fucking loser. And I will speak that way because that's the way I speak about fucking ungrateful losers. Okay? Sorry to use that language on your platform, Ali.
It's okay.
But it's sad. And you know who else I'm going to call out real quick? I'm going to call out Chigozie Truth.
Oh, shit.
I'm disappointed in Chigozie. I've seen all the bullshit he's writing. Chigozie, what are you doing? Why are you in Derek's channel crying for him? Have you heard me slander Derek anytime soon? Why?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that Derek does that annoy me. And his recent updates to the calculator, changing the name of ciphers, changing the way numbers add up. I mean, there was no reason to do that. And those things aren't going to help build more credibility with the work. So, you know, I think a lot of the things that Derek does are damaging to what I'm trying to build. If you watch Derek's work's always fluctuating, and now he's really into this cipher, and now he's into decoding this way, and now he's into connecting it to this, and now he's in, I mean, it's just like...
Is he making a video that I slandered him when I did it?
Yes, you did.
And you're in there crying about how I called him out for being maybe gay. You know why I think maybe he's gay? Because I set him up with a beautiful woman, and I don't want to get into it again.
Wait, what? Why did you set him up with a woman? That's strange. And it's not me.
There used to be a woman who was sending me really inappropriate... Okay, it didn't start out this way. At first, she got my contact information. She was really helpful with her decodes. And then she started sending me inappropriate pictures of herself. And I said, you got to stop this. I said, if my sweet lady saw this, I'd be a dead man. And she said, well, Zach, I'm just so desperate for a man and somebody who's into the knowledge. And I said, well, you know what? I just met somebody who's single, who's looking for somebody like you. And her and Derek got together. They went out and they met. And I don't even want to get into the rest of the story, but based on what she told me, I thought, well, maybe he's actually gay.
The whole time I've been here, I've stayed out of the drama for the most part. You know, the drama that breaks out in the community, it's just, I'm not a drama person.
Okay, but why do you think setting up with someone who's a bit degenerate, sending scandalous photos was a good idea? Wouldn't you think she's probably sleazy and Derek just didn't vibe with that?
Well, that's not actually, I don't want to tell the whole story, but that wasn't Derek's problem with the situation. And that, again, some people are, the thing was, she was very smart, she was very into Gematria, she was very attractive. And again, Derek had expressed to me that he was, you know, he was really looking for another lady. So the point is, between that and Derek acting like, I don't mean to, it's just, when guys act a certain way, you know, we start wondering if they're actually men inside. And Derek's too caught up in his emotions. And again, I mean, he's unhappy about that. We buried that. But since he wants to bring it back up and start talking bullshit, I'm just going to say why I said that in the first place. I just thought, well, it doesn't seem very guy-like to me, so...
Yeah, but it doesn't prove he's gay. What I find strange is that you two hadn't even met each other in person at that point, right? When you recommended like someone to fly over, like a lady for him. Had you met him?
Well, they were the two most adamant people in the world about Gematria. They were both single and desperate for a partner. And I you know, it's just like,
Oh, okay. So you thought about being a matchmaker. I mean, Chigozi's here right now. You just called him out. What do you have
that's why
to
I didn't call him
say?
out, because I was reading his comments in the chat and I thought, unbelievable. Even Chigozi's going to the wrong side. So.
But has he? Chigozi, what do you say for yourself? Because I think you're more neutral. Like, I think you support everyone in a way.
Yeah, and it's too neutral. So Chigozi takes an unreal position. Like, he has all these trolls and hacks in his channel. Like, he has this woman that goes by Gigi, who's spamming everywhere that I'm a transgender CIA asset. And, like, she'll be in the chat writing that, and then she'll write something else, and Chigozi's like, all right on, Gigi. And I'm just like, I know he's not cheering on what she's saying. It's just like, dude, why are you even entertaining these people? These are the people who sit around and instigate and divide the community.
Ironic.
And you don't have it in you to call them out. Again, people who try to be all things to all people aren't real people. I'm real. I'm authentic. I'm going to call you out if you're a scumbag human being. And again, so, you know, Chigozi's now getting taken by the fake ones. And I was reading his comments, so. And again, Chigozi, I mean, you're a part of the Gematria community. Do you think it's good to be online doing these, like, 3-hour, like, prank call live streams? Like, do what you want, but I'm just thinking, like, that doesn't look good for us. If we're, like, a brand and trying to represent something, you're trolling people online now. You're spending, I mean, who cares if these people, they're scammers all day. Who cares about the, like, I don't know why that's what you're spending your time on. It's your life and do what you want, but I just think, here, just to be fair, Chigozi, there's a brilliant guy in this community. He doesn't really do anything. He's from Berkeley. And he's been saying for a long time, he's like, Chigozi is a net negative for the community. He makes the work ultimately look bad. And I've been arguing with him for a long time. I've been saying, but he's been paying attention to the same thing in recent times too. He's like, see, I'm telling you, man, Chigozi's just making things look worse and worse. And again, I do like Chigozi, but I see him shifting to the dark side too, and getting taken by the trolls and the slanders. And I'm also just watching the latest harassing on, you know, pretty much trolling other people. I'm just thinking, like, none of this looks good. It's not some troll. It's somebody who's been around for years, maybe even longer than you, who went to Berkeley. He's a very intelligent person, and he does help out behind the scenes. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. It's not a troll. It's somebody, you know, it's somebody I talked to a lot on the way back from New York. He's somebody who calls fairly often. And I've been arguing with him for years. I said, no, Chigozi means well. And, you know, he's like the freestyle Gematria dude. And he's like, He's like, ultimately, he's not helping anything. And I'm just seeing lately, and I'm thinking, well, maybe he had the right read on you all along. I'm going to be honest. So.
Wow.
Yeah, again, just for the record, too, before Derek did his little bitch stream, which is what it was, all I'd done that day was texted him and said, hey, there might be something to your smart number new calculation. I still don't think that should be the default, but I've been looking at it and testing it, and here's some things that are relevant. And he didn't respond back to any of those text messages, but then later in the day, I'm finding out that he made a video going after me again. And I'm just like, what in the world? I thought we'd repaired the bridge. By the way, I mean, the only people who really care about videos like this, if you look at the chat, the people who are at least active in the chat, I mean, look, it's almost all haters. When you say, if you read the comments, it's like almost all haters. Ari Gold, I can't wait until karma destroys Zach from the inside out.
Chigozi says obviously he has free speech and free domain to do what he wants on his channel. Chigozi says, I like Zach and don't hate him. I'm just going to be clear. I will give constructive criticism, which is what he has done to me. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, but again, the stuff you're writing in the chat, the sides you're taking are bullshit. Like, again, I don't even know why you're getting involved in what I said about Derek. You're getting involved in something that you don't know about. And again, somebody. See, the problem is I give you guys the floor to come on and bring your points to me, and you don't do it. You call them with the same bullshit. You never give any sports picks. Like, I don't want to take these calls from these moron trolls who can't read, who are just here to troll.
Thank you so much, Zach. Any lingering thoughts in 1 minute you can say to us?
The trolls aren't going to go away. This is their job. That's why they're on. I mean, the same people that live on the Patreon all day are in the stream posting away all day. Yeah, again, if you want to get taken by the trolls and the slanders and the people that say things like, oh, it's just, go ahead. You'll be on the wrong side of the fight.
So I can't be making videos exposing everybody. I'll let Sports Gematria do that. I'll let him, police the community.
Till next time, Truth Seeker.